A new technology is helping soldiers confront their traumatic memories of war. For some soldiers returning from Iraq, it's the mental scars that can be the most debilitating because of conditions like post-traumatic stress disorder or PTSD.
People also find shifts in their functioning in their daily life, which is very, very important. So for instance, people will often report that others tell them when they return from war that they seem different. They may be more irritable, they're avoidant, they won't go certain places, won't talk to people, they're less communicative with their spouse or family, those kind of changes.
The technology, called Virtual Iraq, attacks PTSD in a way only a soldier would.
I think that intensity fits with a warrior's ethos. So you're taught to attack and take control and dominate. And here's a problem that's really the opposite, it's dominating you. So we can use the training and the experience that soldiers have and turn it against the anxiety.
Virtual Iraq takes soldiers back to the battlefield through very evocative sights, smells, sounds, and feelings, using a head-mounted display, headphones, a vibrating platform, and smells ranging from diesel fuel to burning rubber. Dr. Maryrose Gerardi, an Emory University psychologist, is taking part in a study with soldiers who have PTSD.
So what the participant does when I give them the cue is start to move forward, and then I just give them the direction to please start talking about the memory.
She controls the situation. If the participant describes an explosion, she makes one happen, synchronizing the scene to their memory. For privacy, no soldiers were interviewed for this story, but Dr. Boadie Dunlop, who has worked with war veterans, demonstrates how Virtual Iraq works.
Boadie, just turning on the sound in the Humvee. When you're ready, you start moving ahead. Just begin telling me the memory, and again, just start at the point where it starts to become stressful for you and take it to the point where your anxiety is starting to decrease. It's daytime.
Yes,
Okay.
It's pretty much in the middle of the day, it's maybe shortly afternoon.
Okay.
And we were just driving from the airport into Baghdad, bringing in some equipment. You know, it's bright day, blinding with this light off the sand as usual, and nothing really unusual going on. And
Are you hearing anything? Or?
We're just hearing the noise of the Humvee.
Okay.
You know, we're always vigilant on this road. Anything beside the road is potential concern. You know, we were just across the halfway point when we had that explosion. And we all stopped, we're all looking around. Is that a mortar? Was that an IED? What's going on? Sergeant's barking out orders. We hear the choppers coming, clearing out.
Okay, give me a rating. Give me a rating.
I'm at 80, 85 right now.
Okay.
When the choppers are coming, I'm always getting relaxed a little bit when the choppers come, because we know we'll be able to force them out wherever they are. When I first did this experience, I didn't know what I was going to really be experiencing, and I really felt like I was there. It was amazing. But now that I've done it a few times, I'm able to be more aware of what's going on. I know that this is somewhat predictable, and it's easier to feel safe while you're doing it as you've done it a couple of times. And I think that's the theory of the treatment, is that you gain control over the experience, and therefore not so overwhelmed by the anxiety feelings that it generates.
In fact, you know, people have said to me, this is the last thing I want to do. And that's very understandable in terms of just a natural reaction to want to avoid painful memories. However, that really is the problem, that when you avoid memories in that way, they retain their power and control over you. And when you approach them and are able to process them, you're able to then be at peace with them.
Ken Graap helped create the program and says they've tried to make the scenarios fit a wide variety of experiences. Right now they're working with a Humvee and Iraq City situation.
The things that make it effective are it creates emotion in people where they're not expecting it.
So far, Dr. Gerardi's program has had 3 participants. One has completed the program and says the veteran reported over a 50% improvement of PTSD symptoms. Graap says an updated version of Virtual Iraq is coming out in April with more interactive scenarios, and Gerardi encourages any returning war vet to contact Emory University to learn more about the Virtual Iraq Therapy Program. For Discovery News, I'm Kasey-Dee Gardner.